And it's gotta be Cinnamon Toast Project. That's the only thing that's soothing my soul. Turn on the TV to Power Rangers.
One long time me no roll. Welcome again to yet another episode of the Color Commentary, where us give you views from a different side. Them call me Rashad Waters. Me, the owner and founder of Block Band Music and Publishing, a company that provides music as well as instruments to marching bands all across the nation. Today we'll be giving our spoiler review on a new blood-clotting Netflix show, Luke Cage Season 2. To get it started, let me bring out my first co-host. Up first is my first Boomba Clot co-host, Mr. Danny J. Quick. Danny, we at the pin.
Am I wearing the pins? What? I don't listen. I don't.
We at the pin. We at the pin.
I don't know what none of that means.
What is happening? We at the pin. Come on.
Okay.
Come on, man.
You know what it is. It's your boy Danny J. Quick, CEO of Fourth Wall Productions. I write H-Blade comic books. Listen, I wanted to watch Luke. I wanted to watch it twice. It was so good. I just didn't get the chance. I've been working a lot lately. But you see, I got my Biggie crown tilted to the wrong side. You know how we do. Hold on. I got my shades. These are my wife's shades, but they kind of look dope. I kind of like them for my homeboy. Right. But I'm ready to go.
All right. So let's go ahead and bring on my second raasclat co-host, Chuck Taylor. Chuck, what you did with? What you did with Chuck?
Come on now. What's up, guys? Yeah, I'm a Luke Cage. You know, I had to represent today. You know, the show was dope all the way through. Yeah, a couple little episodes you could probably sleep on, but mostly it's all good. It's all good. So I have a lot to praise to say about this. I got Luke Cage. He's somewhere on the shirt. Oh, here you go. He's up here in the top corner. Yeah, there's a little dude with the perfect goatee. Yeah, got my hoodie on. You know, ready to go. I'm indestructible until I'm not. That's what you find out in this movie, in this show, because he is not indestructible, as we find out. You saw it probably on the trailers when he got his tail kicked and everybody saw it. But let's go. Let's get it. I'm with KFH, Party Easy. We do parties of all kinds. We're going to have some big things come out next year. So just stay tuned and let's go on with this show, guys.
Nice. Chuck, tell them that they can't burn you, nor can they break you, nor can they unzip you. Whatever it is that he says on the show. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get into it, sir. Let me start with Mr. Danny J. Taylor. How was this show, Irie?
Everything was Irie. From the beginning. I mean, so we all know that Marvel Netflix shows start slow. Every one of them has. It's just how they do. They got to establish the characters over again to you. They got to explain what universe we're in and all that. So, you know, 1 or 2 episodes might be a little slow, but everything, the way
4 or 5 or 6,
the way that they, set up the conflict in Luke Cage with his anger and him being a black man and having to be having to suppress his emotions all the time, and then the conflict between him and Claire in the beginning. I think that's something that a lot of people can that people have dealt with in their life. So all of those parallels in the relationships and the characters, they set up very well. The father and son relationship with Luke Cage and his dad, we felt that because of everything that he went through with Claire and her trying to push him to get into that, to get back in contact with his dad. And then you got Mariah and Tilda, their conflict. She Tilda not knowing, not trusting her mom, not trusting the lineage that she comes from, and then her being a product of her being a double Stokes, and then her being a product of and all that coming out.
Oh yeah, that whoa.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say that one. Whoa.
that scene especially, that young hat. I was like, good grief, she definitely about to be. She definitely
Yeah,
about.
should be straight crazy, straight up
Yeah.
crazy.
I like the introduction of Tilda. A brand new character into the story. I think they did a good job establishing her. As a natural healer, as a somebody who uses the earth and the earth's ingredients to heal people. But then at the same time, the roots and the history that comes with people who are perceived like that. And how they made her, set her up to be a villain the next season. That last scene where they were explaining the will, and you could really see like the emotion in her face, like when she said that she was given the that she was given the club to Luke. She just shaking. She was so mad. So I really like that. They did a really good job with these characters. The cinematography. The reason I have on the crown is because there was an episode, I think it was like episode 8 or 9, where Luke Cage came into the office to talk to Mariah, and they had that face off, and there was a whole long scene, but every time Mariah or Shades were in that room, they would line it up perfectly so that the crown was above their heads, because they were the king,
right.
They were the king and queen. But that scene, he never quite got it there. It was always around him, but it did not go over his head until the very last episode. The very last episode, they changed the picture and all that stuff. But before they did, he did get the framing exactly right. So I thought that was cool.
Oh, that's tight.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
I didn't see that. That's a Tory. That's a Danny thing.
Yeah, I've been studying film for a couple of years. I hope to make some someday, and stuff like that really catches my attention. So I thought that was cool.
Yes.
And one little bit,
we know.
One little bitty.
We've heard a couple of times.
One little bitty thing that I thought was cool was that his father, not Bushmaster's, was it his uncle or it was his uncle, right? That was named
yes, his uncle.
I actually did a review on quick comic reviews of a comic book called Isnana, the Were Spider, and in their culture, Anansi is a spider god. So I thought that was cool that they put that Easter egg in there, and I recognized it from Greg Anderson, Elise's comic, Isnana, the Were Spider. So that was really cool. I like that they put that in there. But there's a whole bunch of stuff that I like, but y'all got me on the time limit. I gotta press my little clock.
Well, Danny, you got to look even further than that with that, because remember how Mariah was done in. She was done in by Tilda kissing her, and the potion that she was working on was Baso Le Arachne or something like that, which means lips of the spider or kiss of the spider. So it was really Anansi that did her in, if you look at it like that, because Anansi put the curse on her. So it's more of that metaphor that you were just talking about.
Definitely, yeah.
I mean,
that's pretty deep right there, guys. That's pretty deep. I learned a lot from this show already. I hope the viewers are as well. Y'all just read all into this show. Y'all been just destroying this. This is good.
Yeah, you had to
keep going.
Had to get deep on this.
Yeah. Don't put those.
And now the shades come out. Right.
Yeah, we know why Shades has the girly shades.
Yes.
I'm not the one that said that. Chuck Taylor, what you think?
What that thing?
What's going on here? What are you doing, Daddy? What is he doing?
I will not have it.
Wakanda coming out. Oh man, this Luke Cage, man. This was definitely, I put it at the top of all my Netflix shows, even my other Marvel shows, because it had everything in this season. I mean, I really like how they portrayed the villains. Really, how many 13 episodes? They really got to go in depth and kind of understand how these people even became villains, and like seeing them, go from what they thought was a positive way of life, and then how things happen in their lives to turn them to down this dark path. With Bushmaster, his kind of happened pretty early. His when they had his episode, I was like, dang, bro, they go kill her, man, go kill her. I mean, I guess his problem he was so upset with what she did, he really wanted to make them suffer, for what happened, because I guess just killing would not be satisfaction for him. So he had to have some major, bad guy plan, where they have some magical things. Hey, we're gonna do all this, and then we're gonna get the bad guy. I'm gonna get the good guy, and I'm gonna, win. So he had his bad guy plan that I guess it almost worked out. He probably should have stayed at the house a little longer and waited till she burnt up a little bit, got a little crispy, and then left out. And he would have been all the way good.
That's how villains do. They always want to leave them in a precarious situation and walk away so that they can get out.
Real quick, how close is Luke Cage to her house? Because that was a lot of fire, and he got there and like faster than the fire department. Nobody was out there standing around looking at the fire, so that means that the neighborhood don't even know there's a fire yet. He's already out there. I'm like, is he down like 2 blocks? Like a block?
Flash went from DC to Marvel, and then grabbed him and took him over there. Apparently,
I was like, this mother run like Quicksilver now. I was like,
I know faster than Usain Bolt, but ain't nobody that fast. Shoot.
Bushmaster was not having that one. He said he faster than Usain Bolt, man. I'm like, dang, that's that man. That's that superhero right there, boy. But back to what I liked, just having having that time to really just understand the villains, seeing what made them villains, kind of having a little more compassion about about their situations. About seeing her having her issues growing up with that crazy family, and she wanting to do good, but then always getting taken right back into the bad, bad side of things. Always having those demons that she's fighting, and they finally won over by the end of the show. And Bushmaster, basically, everything happened to him early, but then he basically just decided, I'm going to use this to fuel me as I grow, and this is going to be like my whole purpose in life is to destroy these people. I'm gonna get rich. I'm gonna be a kingpin basically, and I'm gonna come over here and destroy the Stokes family and claim my father's, his his business, and basically where he felt his place in Harlem should be. Also the music I really enjoyed. Yeah. I enjoyed that they really allow you to. I guess at first I was like, who are these people that are playing? I'm like, I like the music. I don't really know anybody. But as you continue the show, you start knowing, other artists. It's like, oh, they got everybody here. So okay, and then by the end of it, by the end of the show, you got the whole
KRS-One,
Rakim,
yeah, KRS-One, and he got his own song for Luke Cage. Was it King's Paradise or something? Harlem's Paradise.
Sure.
Okay. I forgot the name of it, but yeah, that was pretty dope to just see. They always do so good with the music, but they really upped it this season.
All the songs are great, like that one. Except for the one that Tilda sang. I don't know who told her to play.
I did say that. I was like, keep playing the music, Tilda. Keep playing the piano. Stop going acapella. Yeah, Tilda's a pretty woman too. Boy, I call myself like, dang, Tilda is fine.
Acapella.
Sorry. La. Anyways, the last thing I'm probably gonna talk about, what I really liked about it, was they made the heroes touchable. They made the heroes, even made the villains touchable. I really like how they did that. They had situations happen to each person that really made them vulnerable. Luke getting basically Soryugit in the middle of the street. What's that? What's the Ken little flip kick that he's doing Street Fighter?
Oh, the Hatratsuso. I don't know how.
Yeah, that's what happened to him on the street, and literally in real life. Because that dude, I saw the trailer before we started talking. It just got me. I was like, ooh, that was a heck of a hit. just like flips him up and just. I was like, wow, okay, that was really whatever stunt man did that deserves some props because that was nice.
Mm-hmm.
That needs to be on like Black Panther. Black Panther, y'all need to look at some of these fighting on here and take some of this. But
There you go.
yeah. And also with Luke and his dad's situation, him not really wanting to talk to his dad, and we all kind of have situations like that with our family. You have things you don't necessarily forgive each other over and have a hard time, hashing things out. So having that was very relatable. Also, with Bushmaster, seeing him actually start getting beat and everything got taken away from him at the end of the movie. Because every time you would see him, it looks like he's about to he moves into Harlem's Paradise and feel like he wins, but then yet everything gets stripped away from him by that episode. So he had like one episode that he actually won, and then everything else just took him from him. And same with Mariah. She was on top of the world, had what, about $500 million, and then she's in jail. Next minute, a daughter come there and kiss her, she dead. I'm like, dang. So it seemed like the highs, the lows, then the really lows. Now with Luke, his kind of comes back up because he's the hero. But that's those are some of the things I really took out of the show. Really appreciate the writing, directing, and the acting. The acting was great. I don't know what people think the acting was not good in this show. They dummies. I'm sorry to say. They don't know real actors, because they did a magnificent job, all of them. But that's me. Let's go. What about you, Mr. Waters?
Well, first of all, I'm going to go ahead and continue the rest of the show in regular African American English because the YouTube video that I watched teaching me how to speak Jamaican was only about 15 minutes long. So I've pretty much exhausted all of my words and accents. So how was this show, Irie? First of all, Bushmaster made the greatest supervillain entrance of all time. I've never seen anything that good. I mean, he grabbed dude and just slashed his eyes. And first of all, I'm telling you, man, I'm a grown man, but when I saw that, I felt like a 42-year-old woman watching Lifetime. Like I was like, ooh. I mean, it generally shocked me, man. I was like, oh my God, you slashed his eyes. And then he was like, if anybody wanted to leave, now is the time. Like, dang, that whole entrance was just amazing. Bushmaster's incredible.
I put on my little church fan, like, all right, y'all.
Right? I'm about to be out, bro. Thank you, guys.
That's my cue. That is my cue. And of course, I didn't set my timer here, so let me set. I don't even know where the timer is. I'll try not to go too long then. The second thing is Mariah's words to Tilda. Cold as ice, cold-blooded. Guys, man. I mean, she literally said, I tried to love you. I knew I should, but I just don't. And just walked away. I'm like, God. And Tilda is just, and that was like the beginning, I think. No, that was after she told her that she's already the child of rape and incest. Oh my God. And then I don't love you even. And she just,
I never wanted you. She said, I never wanted you. I never loved you. You're a child of incest and rape. Oh my God.
Yeah, that was pretty tough right there.
Yes, sir. Poor thing. Go ahead. Go ahead, Chuck.
No, you good. No, I was saying that was a tough situation. I guess she got the next scene she was shooting people, so I guess she kind of, after she got it out of her system, she went straight evil side because
kiss. Wow, my bow, black. I really liked Shades' relationship with Comanche. Because I thought that Shades was a very one-dimensional character, as I said in the spoiler review. Now he was just taking his glasses off, putting them on, taking them off. He didn't really do anything the first season, I thought. So him having that type of relationship with Comanche, I thought was really interesting because it's like Comanche wanted more, but Shades wanted to kind of be like, he was half of his feet, or one of his feet was like, that was in the prison. We ain't about that life no more. That's what we did. We were friends. We did what we had to do to survive. But he actually really did love him. You know what I mean? So he was He was conflicted, and that really made that whole dynamic with Comanche being like a traitor to him that much more interesting. Like if Comanche was just like a traitor, first of all, Comanche really wasn't all that important. He's just a guy that always had something to say to Mariah, and he's act like he wasn't scared of her, and then he was always going to the captain. But when you find out that there is some real betrayal going on between the two of them, it just made that part that much more interesting to me. Bushmaster's background. Wow. Yeah, man. You can see why he's going crazy, man. I mean, first of all, they shot his dad, so they left and went to Jamaica. Okay, you shot my dad. Okay, I'm living my life. We're good. Then they burned his house down, killed his mom, and I think his brother or sister or something. And then the lady walked up to him, so he knew exactly who did it. There was no doubt about it.
Nah.
Then after that, it's like, all right, you killed my dad, you burned my mom alive. All right, I'm just trying to live my life and sell this fruit. I got some oranges, got some apples, and then you're gonna shoot the man in the stomach 2 years later. Not next month. He shot him 2 years later.
Cold-blooded.
That's cold.
Man. That is cold.
Wow.
I mean, they definitely didn't forget about him. They thought about it. Yeah, we're gonna come back, kill him. We're gonna let them think that he's good. Then we're gonna kill him and whoever's with him again.
Right, bro. So yeah, you exactly see how they planted the seed for him to do that, and it was so interesting to see that background with him. He's such a very good villain. And the last thing, the ending with Luke being willed the club. Like, I didn't see, like, the whole last episode, bro. I'm telling you, as far as basketball was concerned, like, I was getting my ankles broken. Like, they was dribbling, and they was coming at it, and then they would stop, and I would just go flying, bro, because I just couldn't expect. I'm like, oh! I mean, because, first of all, you knew that Tilda was going to get the club. She's like, yeah, I'm going to get the club. I got the keyboard. She's like, what? I didn't like my mom, but I still thought I would, So he gets the club, and then you go back to Mariah talking about why he's gonna get the club and how she's gonna use it to taint him. Like, okay, I see. But then Luke stands up and says, "Burn it." I'm like, oh, okay. Like Luke ain't falling for that. That's right. That's my man right there. That's Luke Cage. Wow, 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 wow. And then the next scene, there he is.
Already
got the nice fitted. So where he get that suit so fast from? I mean, he just had it in the closet. He got a book bag with his clothes in it. Where he get the suit from? I mean, they just got it around the corner.
Already. And then
your boy.
Tell Claire to go home. No, what? No. This you done already got seduced. It's no. You supposed to be the hero.
Yeah. He didn't make it 15 seconds. So there's so many things to like about this show. That's only a handful. I hope that you guys will take the time. If you haven't already watched it, make sure you watch it, because we're only giving you the tip of the iceberg as far as things that happen, man. There's a great fight scenes and everything. But now it's time to talk about how the show may have failed. So if anybody won't leave, now is the time. Now is the time.
Please put that away.
Please put that away.
The little butterball.
Little butter, yeah. That ain't gonna stop nothing.
I need a little nightshade, bro. I just rub some nightshade on that. I got the 1-pack, bro. Got the 1-pack. Mr. Danny Taylor.
Danny Taylor. So he's a mixture of both of us.
There you go. My beeper. My timer has never gone off before. I'm like, what the heck is that beeping?
Horrible.
If you got anything to say, now is the time.
As far as how the show failed, it was all little things. I think it's crazy that we went through all of those likes without even mentioning Misty Knight, without mentioning her entire story, because it was great. Like her whole arc, great. She was the consistent. She was the one steady thing about the show. She was the foundation of everything. So also want to props for her
right. And for the viewers, just to let y'all know, I tried to tell them that do the show differently this time because there was so much that we liked, but no, I didn't want to do the show the same way because they got notes this time.
Well, Don't tell us at the last minute that last time.
Yeah.
Tell us at the beginning of the
Right when
show.
we about to say live.
Oh, I know we're about to go live, but let's do the show differently this time. No. Anyway, so just little things. I thought it was so I think it was episode 2 or episode 3 where Michael Smith and Jamel Hill they were featured on a show when Luke Cage was doing his little 40-yard dash and throwing a tire and stuff. They said Jamel Hill said, oh, this is definitely going on the 6th tonight. I said, oh my gosh, that hurt so bad. Because some people might not know they don't have that show anymore. That show doesn't go.
Oh,
so that was horrible. You like Comanche. I didn't like Comanche. I mean, not that I liked his character, but I just didn't like him. Like I didn't like how he was coming in there all vindictive about their past relationship. And I understand, the perspective he was coming from. They did have a relationship in prison. He felt like, he was owed more, I guess, like he should have say in Shades' decisions, but Shades was like, man, I'm moving on. Like it, the reveal that they were, they had a relationship in prison was, kind of made me feel like, okay, I understand, more why they, he's allowing, like Shades is allowing him to say this stuff because nobody else would have had that kind of pull. We know Shades done killed people for less than that,
Yeah, he shoot people in the head
on several occasions. So, I just didn't like Comanche, and by the time we got to the revelation of them having a relationship, it was too late. I just didn't like him. I kind of I was like, I don't care. I still don't like you. You're doing trying to get your boy out here. Yeah, here trying to get your boy killed. If you cared about him, you wouldn't want him. You wouldn't be trying to put him up against Black Mariah, who out here burning people with gas and shooting them in the head.
Shoot, die already.
A lot of people said that the Jamaican accents on the show were not, really good. Like the people, people from New York, people who speak Jamaican, they said that the accents were horrible. I understand that, it has to be, we have to be able to understand them. I've heard Jamaican people speak, and it's like another language.
What did you say?
It's like I don't know.
I had closed caption on the whole time. The entire time.
Sometimes closed caption said Jamaican speaking.
Yeah.
Like, you can't tell me what they said either. It's like, how am I supposed to understand this?
Closed captioning don't even know what's going on. So I understand why they had to they had to more Americanize the speaking. They had to slow it down a bit because we really wouldn't have been able to understand half the show if they spoke in the real, Jamaican accents. And another little thing, this is going to be really picky, but they had about 157 scenes in a barbershop, and we never saw anybody get their hair done. Like, when are they going?
Not a person.
They
sell merchandise out of that place.
That's all they do is sell T-shirts.
Right, 10. They sell 10 T-shirts, 10 of them.
But that guy, I see. We should have put the names up because that guy, now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't like him until the very end. I didn't like him the entire time from the first season when he was getting footage of Luke Cage and selling it. I know people do stuff like that, but like you putting people in danger, bro. You're putting yourself in danger. But I disliked him, but I like that they're making him into a season regular for the 3rd season. I kind of like that they're putting him in here, even though I don't like his character. I like what they're doing with his character. So that's all for me, man. Like I really enjoyed the show. Put all my stuff back on, my sideways beat. But I'm probably gonna end up watching it again. Like I watched the first season 3 times, I want to say, all the way through, and it got better every time I watched it. I really hated the first season because of what they did halfway through it, and the second and third times I really liked it more. So I'm hoping that this show will do the same, even though it's at the top of my list for the Marvel shows. Hopefully it'll get better the next time I watch it. I'll catch some stuff that I didn't catch the first time.
All right, brother Chuck. What you got?
I mean, I didn't dislike too much about this season. It was a little slow at times, but it's 13 episodes. So, I mean, yeah, it's gonna have some slow episodes. So, but I guess one relationship I didn't really care too much about was the Clara and Luke relationship. I don't know. She didn't really seem very, I say, supportive. She was kind of just like telling him about herself all the time. I know he got a little high and mighty, but her being like his woman, his girl, and it's like multiple men told her the same thing, and yet she did not change at all. She was like continued to back him into a corner. And yes, he did get upset and he did lose his cool, but I was like, you continue to back him in the corner on an issue that he's not ready to face, and that's the kind of the result that's going to happen. I'm like, if somebody just continuously like, hey, I don't want to talk about it, and every time you see them, there's a supportive person that continue, hey, let's talk about it. This is why this happened. You need to talk about this. You need to let your feelings go. I'm like,
I went and talked to your dad.
I don't want to talk about it.
I went and talked to your dad. No, why? Why did you do
Why? Why did you go? Why did you go do that?
Yeah, I feel you. I can feel you. When you first started saying that, I wasn't with you, but I'm with you now. That makes 100% sense.
It's just a mess. I'm a Army veteran. I was in the military 12 years, and I had anger issues when I came back from from deployment. So I could really what's the word? I could really relate to his not his anger issues. Just certain stuff that you don't want to talk about, and people know how to push those buttons. So
Yeah.
I can relate to that.
Yeah. So So that was one relationship that I was like, I don't see this working out too great. And of course it didn't. She left, and I guess that was all she wrote for that particular. She didn't come back. I guess a little bit at the end, but I didn't really care too much for that one. Other than that, I mean, some of the plot holes when it came to some of the villains, like their plans, like to become like, I guess, to succeed, is like it was kind of stupid. It's like with Bushmaster leaving, like untying old girl, Mariah's daughter, and then just leaving like abruptly, like he had somewhere to be.
Yeah,
Like,
waited all
didn't
this
even
time.
watch his work. I'm like, shoot, if I've been waiting like 20-something years to do this,
Exactly.
I'm going to sit outside with people with guns to make sure they don't get out.
I'm gonna have some marshmallows. Make me some s'mores outside.
Right.
I mean,
Videotaping.
Yeah, if I want to make sure that nobody comes, I'll just take my cab drivers. I'll park them down the street on each side, and we're gonna have a barbecue. Invite all the Jamaican people from Brooklyn, and we're gonna do it up. Like, but he was like, I gotta go to the club to do something, like really fast. Like, why? And then of course, he should have just stayed there because we know that what happened next. She gets Well, after she has her moment that she just tells her daughter, like, you're nothing to me, and she just goes off the deep end. Like, he really wish he would have stayed there and finished her off, because she definitely stayed there and finished his people off.
She made sure they were dead. I mean,
sure, the man screamed.
That one person did get away, but she made sure that mostly everybody was in there was dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, she did what she was supposed to do. It was pretty darn bad. And I don't know how Mama was sitting over there that still after she got shot. She was like playing dead for she got an Oscar for playing dead. And I was like,
she was.
She got her eyes open, didn't she? She was like,
that would have been me too, but
She was like laying there, sitting up. I'm like, okay, she's definitely dead. She's not alive. She's not alive. But she got him and ran across the street, was just chilling. I'm like, dang, okay. And I guess the one thing, the last thing I always say I didn't necessarily care for, it's not necessarily part of the show, but it's just like, I guess the connection with the different, the boroughs of New York or whatever they call it. I'm sorry, I'm not from New York, but the boroughs from New York, like having like Brooklyn or other parts of New York, it's like, oh yeah, Harlem is sacred, but then like a block away is not sacred. It's like, I don't really understand how you just protect one little block. and not but check somebody on the next block or away. I'm like, I don't necessarily get that because he walks over there.
154th Street or whatever. I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I'm not connecting with those little parts of New York. Like I'm only over this part, and I'm not going to help anywhere else.
But you gotta realize New York is huge. Like that part of New York might be the size of Durham. You know what I mean? Like the whole city of Durham might be that part, of Manhattan. So yeah, it's a
Maybe
huge
so.
city.
Maybe that's why I don't understand it. And I guess most of the other superheroes they kind of go and protect wherever. I guess the Avengers only stay in where are they? Manhattan, downtown. Where are they at?
Yeah,
Where's the
all in
tower?
Manhattan.
Okay, Spider-Man's over there in Queens, so he only does that. Okay, so I guess, and where is Jessica Jones?
In Manhattan.
Somewhere drunk.
Somewhere drunk, right? At the bar.
Definitely at the bar doing something. But yeah, those are some of the dislikes. It's not a whole lot. It's a great show, so definitely still go through it. There was a little hiccups throughout, but everything can't be perfect.
All right, I'm
What
gonna
about
try
you,
to keep
Dylan?
mine nice and short. I'm gonna try to keep mine nice and short because again, it's such a great show that I don't want to take away from how great it is. It is very slow starting out. That is my number one complaint. Is that probably 5 or 6 episodes in? Again, going back to what I said during the non-spoiler review, like I was literally texting Charlie like this whole Marvel brand is like really going down with me right now. Like it didn't seem like they care about the recent TV shows because I definitely didn't like Jessica Jones. Cloak and Dagger is good, but it's so slow. It's more like an artistic piece more so than it's a superhero show. So for the first, 6 episodes or so of this one, I'm like the fight at the very beginning only lasts a half episode. I really would have preferred if he had spent more time to going more different places in order to clean up Harlem. Like he showed up in one place and they're like, we got to try it, man. Try it, man. And then he did that. And then one dude shot him and he made the video. And then that was it, and it was just sporadic as far as that, and it was just a lot of talking. But it is like a roller coaster. It takes a second to get going, but once it gets going, it is amazing. The other thing is, initially, I really wasn't feeling the relationship between Shades and Mariah. It definitely felt like any second one of them was going to betray the other. You're looking at Shades. You're like, Shades, like, are you really doing this? Like, is this the best you can do? you know, like at any moment, I'm sorry, because she's a great actress and stuff. It was the makeup. The makeup made her look a certain way. You know what I mean? But it just seemed like he's going to betray her at any second. And at the same token, you think she's going to do the same thing. That she's going to betray him. It wasn't really until like right at the end where like he left the prison and she just broke down in tears that I really understood that they actually truly, truly, truly cared for each other. And well, I guess before that, because Shades wanted a better life for himself. And he saw that in Mariah and he was really disappointed that she turned around. Third thing, the people of yeah. The people of Harlem, I said this in the previous show, they really tick me off. They really treat Luke Cage very poorly. And particularly the one girl at the barbershop talking about, what you gonna do about this?
He ain't gonna
Like,
do nothing about it. I'm gonna take your little bad tail on then. He gonna help you out anyway.
Exactly. Like I don't work for you. You're not paying me. Like I'm risking my life. You just about to go back to your little stupid baseball store and do not. And Yolanda, what are you doing? Alfred Woodard's acting initially, it got so good at the end. But initially, just like Charlie was doing, I don't know if y'all will see it, but like she just keep, Shade, what do you think? Are we going to go to McDonald's? Tilda, you're my dog. I mean, I felt like I was watching. I felt like I was watching the This Is America video in super speed. Film, making them faces. Yeah, this is America. But it got better over time. And then the last thing, but you already said it, Charlie. Why didn't Bushmaster make sure that Mariah was dead? Like it just didn't make that didn't make no sense. I mean, that was your main goal. That was everything. That's like you spending years to get your doctorate, and you're like, all I got to do is turn in this one paper, and you take this one paper and you give the paper to your unreliable cousin and be like, dude, like my whole future rests on this. Can you make sure this is in by 5? And then being surprised that he got drunk and didn't turn the paper in. That didn't make
Yeah,
sense. All right, guys. Well, that's been our show here. So let's get some closing thoughts. Charlie, should people watch this show? And also your
definitely.
closing spiel, my brother.
Definitely go take some time, get through these 13 episodes. They're awesome. They're gonna have you on a roller coaster, like we said. So enjoy it. Hopefully, if you didn't listen to this review, you saw it. But if you didn't, hopefully we didn't spoil too much for you. Still a lot to process in the show, so definitely jump into it. Take some time, a couple weekends. Just watch a few episodes and be good to go. Help you over the summer to get to football season. But that's about it for me. So like I said, we'll have some things posted near future about some KFH events that we'll be doing around town. So, but that's it. Deuces.
Brother Quick.
Absolutely, people should watch it. All the stuff that we said that we liked, and we didn't talk about Piranha. This dude was a burst of energy in those early episodes. His little brief part was amazing. We didn't talk a lot about Tilda. Her introduction in the show was great. Cockroach. He was really, I wanted to go in there and beat Cockroach up myself.
Yeah.
There was so much in this show that was good. So yes, I'd say people definitely check it out. Make sure you watch it. You don't even have to watch it all in one day. This is one that you don't have to binge watch. You can take your time with this one. But I don't. What show are we doing next, y'all? I don't know. What show are we doing next?
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Ant-Man and the Wasp coming up next. We'll see y'all next week. I'm hearing that the movie isn't great, but until next time, stay vigilant, my friends. I'm out.
Man, I'm so excited. First of all, I would say that 2018 has truly been a year for Black excellence. Like we not only we have good shows, but we have like some of the best shows on TV, and that has not been the case before. Like, yes, we get excited about the fact that there are representation in shows, but we don't want just representation. We want representation with good shows. And Black Panther was like the best movie I've ever seen, and I would love to go tit for tat with anybody that disagrees with, oh, the movie's not all that. This is a fantastic movie. Black Lightning is, until recently, in my opinion, the very best CW show. It's very well written. It's very funny. It's just the stories make sense.
Almost.
Then you got huh?
It's almost as good as The Flash.
It's almost as good, except the Flash is trash. That's the only difference. If the Flash wasn't trash, the Flash would probably be better. Even the Flash has a lot of African American roles, and Iris, I thought, did a good job. I didn't think she was going to do well in her part, but she did a very good job in her new role in the Flash. And now we have Luke Cage, and this is the best superhero show, period. Like in my top 10, number 1 is Luke Cage. Number 2, there isn't a number 2 because there's nothing close to this show. I mean, as far as the drama and the cliffhanger at the end, there's nothing that's close to it. Like the third would be, honestly, the most recent series of Arrow was spectacular, and I am a CW hater, but Arrow was the last season. You haven't watched it, so you don't know. Why do you look? Why do you look on your face? Why you roll your face so?
I gave Arrow 2
And-
seasons. I refused to watch for Arrow. I'm
The
not.
last season, bro.
I gave you 2 seasons.
Last season, give it a chance. It's awesome. And then beyond that, number 4 is Agents of Shield. But Luke Cage stands by itself, man. So yes, please take time, power through those first 6 episodes or so, and watch it. So again, guys, that's been our show. Make sure you take a look at the description down below so you can see our other playlists, so you can watch many of our other shows that we've done. Make sure you leave a comment so we can tell you how you're wrong, or you can tell me how I'm right. And of course, you got to remember to subscribe to survive. This again has been Color Commentary, where you give you views from a raasclat side. Peace out, man.
And it's gotta be Cinnamon Toast Project. That's the only thing that's soothing my soul.
Charlie's phone went dead. Charlie's phone went dead again.
At least it makes it through the show.
This dude and his phones.
That's what we'll use for the end credits right there.
Yeah, exactly. Charlie, I don't know, man. He need to believe in getting a charger. You know what I mean? He need to make some investments. It's a tax write-off. You know what I mean?
At least plug it up during the show. Good grief! Look at you see the little the empty space right there because his phone died.
At least he made it all the way through this time. You know, like every other time, guys. When y'all see Charlie just disappear at the end, yep, Charlie didn't charge his phone.
And it's gotta be